Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Daniel Landsman, and welcome to day 18 of 50 days of data. So, I really don't know why I haven't spoken about this topic before specifically, but I'm quite inspired to speak about it right now. So, I wanted to record a shotgun video and just speak extemporaneously based off of a couple of things. Mainly, what we're going to focus on today is machine learning and artificial intelligence. So, for those of you guys who know me, you know that I'm super into this stuff, and I've been watching the data space like a hawk for the last couple of years at least. It's an area I'm really passionate about. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds talking about, different types of neural networks or different types of machine learning models. I'll let you guys delve into that on your own. But what I do want to speak about is there are a lot of companies out there that say we can do artificial intelligence or we have machine learning algorithms. Well, a lot of that stuff is not really true. I'm trying to be PC right now because I'm speaking to you guys, and there might be children watching this at some point in the future, but, for lack of a better way to describe it, it's BS. I've worked with many clients that have, pretty good statistical modeling running underneath the hood of whatever business they're doing. But that being said, a statistical model with regression analysis or a best fit line or an econometrics model in and of itself is not necessarily machine learning. I think that there needs to be a distinction there, and defining more explicitly in business how people are using machine learning and defining machine learning is going to be important moving forward, so people don't necessarily get like into business with somebody that they have been convinced that they have machine learning, but the machine learning really doesn't work very well. So something just to be aware of, something new that's come out recently, probably within the last 12 to 18 months, is auto ML. This is something that's really interesting, and it's basically, code that is generated based off of the code that learns. And that's more in line with artificial intelligence. And there are some companies out there that have the capabilities to do that. There are few of them. Some of the guys are startups, and some of the guys are a little bit larger. That being said, full blown artificial intelligence, while we are getting there, we're not quite there. I've mentioned to a lot of people before, and I'll say this now. Maybe I can look back on it in 5 years and say, yeah, that was awesome. I kind of moved down the right path. But realistically, quantum computing is gonna just help with the computing power so much so and so exponentially that I believe it's going to enable us to push artificial intelligence forward much faster than we have up to this point. I don't think that we're there yet. I mean, there's a couple companies coming out with quantum chips like Intel and some other guys, but we're just not quite there yet. And while a reoccurrent neural network or some other type of machine learning algorithm that is purporting to be artificially intelligent may or may not be, due to the fact that there's a requirement of controllers. I think that I used the example before about the cats versus cinnamon rolls or blueberry muffins. I can't remember what it was, but there was a machine learning algorithm that essentially couldn't really tell the difference between a cat and a blueberry muffin. And that is funny, but it's just showing that there's a lot of room for improvement to make the models understand the inputs more effectively and classify things more accurately. I had a person explain to me one time when they were making a machine learning algorithm that they were trying to write an algorithm that would figure out where tanks were for the military. And basically, they were not really able to find the tanks if they were camouflaged. From a visual perspective, with the naked eye, you could find them. But in order to properly train the models, you need good input data. And there are a lot of companies out there that create input data based off of other data that they extrapolate forward. I think one of them was like Lattice.io, which I believe got bought by Apple for like $200 million or something. It was a project that got spun out of Stanford. It was called Deep Dive. They have this really cool tool called Snorkel that I've personally looked into using for some of the stuff that I'm doing. But you need to train the models effectively. I mean, I just drove a Tesla the other day too. That was awesome, by the way. If you guys haven't drove a Tesla yet, like, go check it out. Just say, I want to buy one, even if you don't, but just go drive it. It's awesome. And the artificial intelligence on the Tesla for automatic driving, was just getting started on the freeway. They need to log, I believe it was something like 100 million miles of input data before they feel confident that the car can actually drive itself. So we're moving towards it, and I believe it'll come in the next couple of years, but we're not 100% there. I think early predictions say artificial general intelligence is going to be coming towards 2025 or something like that, and artificial super intelligence is probably going to be around 2045, where people are predicting the singularity and stuff like that. That's a whole other ball of wax. But anyway, to get back to it, in case you guys aren't aware, artificial super intelligence is like the computers are learning so fast that we can't keep up no matter what we do. Artificial general intelligence is computers are on the level with a human. I've been saying for a while, be on the right side of automation. All this machine learning, artificial intelligence stuff is changing the game. If you're not familiar with it, you need to get familiar with it, because the robots will eat your lunch, literally. So I hope that kind of helps and gives you a little bit more clarity into what the real story is with machine learning and artificial intelligence. I think that we're making a ton of progress. I'm really excited for the future. A little bit scared, like Elon Musk as well, but hopefully we can put the right things in place to protect ourselves and move into a world where things are easier and done a little better for us. But just remember, just because somebody says, yeah, I have machine learning algorithms, that doesn't mean that they actually are machine learning algorithms, and they could just be running statistical analysis using humans to input the data and then acting off of that. You can make it look so that it's potentially machine learning data, or doing machine learning, but it's not really. So just ask the right questions. If you guys want a little bit more background and clarity on that, how I personally suss it out, feel free to get in touch. And want to provide as much value to you guys as possible. I'm really inspired. I think tomorrow I'm probably going to be talking about AR and VR data, because I think that's part of the future as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, like it, send me a message. Love notes are welcome too. I appreciate everything that you guys do and say. Thank you so much for your time. Talk to you soon. Cheers.